Alright, welcome back. Today is a brainstorm session, so I'm just gonna try to go quick because it's gonna be a longer video. If you like this kinds of video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and let's get into it. I'll put it on the screen right now. So today, what was important is that I was working on the Japanese sheet, and that basically means because I had a problem in the past because all sentences were not natural. I made them natural asking my language peers. Now that it's done, I've put them into Anki. Also today, I worked on all the characters in hiragana, which means the dakuten, the combinations, and the main hiragana. Also, I worked on two Japanese sentences immediately. The first one is very simple, sayonara. Sayonara means good night or good evening. Uh, and the second one means long time no see, which is oshashiburi desu. Oshashiburi desu. So that it is for Japanese. Alright, so there was also a brainstorm session for Japanese. Basically, I needed to check out the curriculum and if I'm going to learn kanji beforehand, during, or after. Also, I needed to compare certain curriculums because I'm following an e-course, but I'm also following another curriculum and I want to see which timeline hits best. What is a good way to learn kanji? So that is things that I've been researching, and basically the result is that before the e-course I actually need to know the kanji, and there are actually 100 kanjis, but some say it's 80, some say it's 150, but the most common, they give you a top 100. um, I'm not sure how to learn all of them, especially the times, because I don't know how to apply them. I think when I come across times that I'm gonna learn the times kanji, but the location and the other ones and the body, gestures and body parts, that is something I'm gonna learn while I'm doing the e-course. I think that is the approach that I'm gonna take. All right, Korean. Um, that sheet is also done, but I did not have enough time to adjust the Anki. But that will be done somewhere tomorrow. It's very simple. I also started the verbs. So, as you know, one of the goals that I have, that also will put on the screen, is knowing 50 vocabulary words. Two of them today is chada. Chada means sleeping, and sikhada. I'm not sure about that one. I need to practice, right? But that means to think. I'm not going to apply them in sentences yet because there's also an e-course coming up. And then if I already know some verbs, then I just can apply that depending on the tense. So that is basically what I was going to do. So the language learning with 2 sentences a day will be starting on Tuesday next week, because I also need another day to research. Well, I basically did it, but I need to try some natural sentences where can I pull them from, right? So that is something I was gonna do. All right, another one was reward incentives. So basically, when I'm getting certain goals done, it is very important to reward myself. Just like I said yesterday, there's one thing, like if you achieve the success, that is already the reward. But sometimes I need a little bit more stimulants, and that's where the reward incentives come in. So for almost each goal that I have, even for monthly or half yearly, yearly goals, I will put something that I'm gonna do. So there's gonna be a bit different. I don't necessarily want to relate them to buying stuff. I'm trying to do it as free as possible. But if it's like a major goal, then I feel I can spend something. But I'm not sure if I should tie that to the wild card or not, because that is mixing certain habits and goals. I'm not sure if that's a great idea, but maybe it will pop onto me one day. Maybe I will just try and see how it goes. So another one was the fail safe. So one of the habits that I'm learning that also tied to the reward essence of what we were just talking about is that I have two wild cards for the food that I can order. So one of what I want to do is stop ordering food because ordering food is like $20, and then you have like, I don't know, nothing, one chicken dish or something, like a really small one. The Netherlands is expensive, right? So um, and two wild cards are basically takeaway. So when I'm doing work or after work, if I cross something, then I can do that. But I was thinking about, why do I do this? Why do I want to do this? Well, the first thing is, it is stress. So when I'm stressed, I just don't want to cook. I don't want to see any food that I don't like. I just want to eat nice food. That's what I want to do. So I'm like, okay, why is that? Why do you usually get stressed? Well, I usually get stressed because of the financial reasons. It's not that I'm really poor or anything like that. It's just like I just don't want to. I just don't want to spend. I just don't want to. Like, there's a certain amount that I want to have in my bank account, and sometimes it's a little bit less than that, and that makes me feel uncomfortable. And before that, okay, um, how do you like get secure and those kinds of stuff? Well, I made a little bit of a drawing. It's not a clear drawing, but basically what it's saying is like, um, financial stuff. Then I need a stable job. Well, it's pretty stable, but I don't trust any job. To be honest, I don't. Now I'm kind of relying on one income, whereas before I was relying on two incomes, which I made a bit secure. Also, I had a permanent contract somewhere else, but I gave that one up because of personal reasons. Um, so yeah, that was a bit insecure. But even then, I was doing it more. I did not feel secure as well. Well, one of the solutions that I came up with was to actually, instead of ordering food, I will order groceries. Or I just, when I'm done working, I will just pick up extra groceries. Just something that I like. That's basically what it is. And I have two wild cards, right? So that is basically not more than $20 a month, which is still a lot in my opinion. But let's see if I actually use it. I want to build that. I want to decrease that to zero. Like maybe in October, I will try one wild card, and after that was zero. It really depends if I'm failing that habit or not. So that is something for the future. Um, so about the Audacity and the Bilibili account, I think it was not appropriate to think about it today. So I decided to think about it in a couple of weeks where I'm having a big brainstorm. Also, yesterday I forgot to talk about the biases. Basically, the first bias was about the graveyard bias. I don't think it's called like that. I'll have to think about it. But basically, the first bias was about, basically the first bias that was about, oh yeah, I remember. So sometimes when you see people and see certain success, then you think, oh, it's more likely than it actually is. But the chance of succeeding is something that you see success stories of is very unlikely, and that is called the bias that I wanted to talk about. I'm not sure about the name right now. I forgot the name. I will come up with it later. I'm not too worried about that. But basically, I should not fall for the success stories. Rather, I should walk within the graveyards and seeing no success. And one of the examples is like becoming a rock star. You see a rock star, you hear a rock star, you start your own band, but it never succeeds. Instead, or instead you never started your rock band and you just die. So many rock bands that could have existed, could have succeeded, could have made the best music ever, did not succeed. So the second one that I was going to talk about yesterday was the swimmer's body illusion. So basically that means that the product is not a product, but the selection is the product. So basically, if you are buying, let's say, a protein shake from a ripped guy you see in a commercial or somewhere else, on a website or something like that, or someone you trust on YouTube, right? Basically, you won't get ripped like that because there's more certain things into play. Think about like he has certain genetics that he get ripped off faster. Maybe he's using certain things that they don't say. Like think about Liver King, for example. Like he was using anabolics and he claimed that it was liver, right? That is one of the swimmer's body illusion. Another example that I can think of is, for example, accredited schools. Think about private schools and those kinds of stuff. They have more score, they have better odds, but usually that's also because of the selection of people that study there and that have succeeded there. But it doesn't mean that it's actual the course or the university that is successful, the program, the MBA, the bachelor is that successful. It actually means that the people that have been there were successful. And that means that the data seems to be successful, but its reality is actually skewed. All right, and the third one was about uh, that was about today. Kind of forgot about it. Well, I talked enough about biases, I think, so I will just keep it at that. So yeah, that is it for now. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on the video, and make sure to follow the next one. Let me just give me a quick thought before I go. Do I know it? I know the graveyard bias. I know the swimmer's illusion bias. Let me just check just in case. All right. Yes, the clustering illusion. So humans try to see patterns what are not really patterns. That's basically what the clustering illusion means. Think about something you hear on the radio and you try to think like, am I hearing a sound? Is something talking to me? That could be a sign of illusion. Or like a religious person making a pancake, flips a pancake and see Jesus Christ's face. Well, that is basically a cluster illusion because it's very unlikely that it happened, and even it is random, but humans see that as patterns. We are designed to see patterns where they're not really there. They could be completely random. So that is the clustering illusion. And let me see how the first bias was called. The first bias was called survivorship bias. Okay, so survivorship bias, swimmer bodies illusion, and clustering illusion. All right. Thank you so much for today, and I will see you on to the next one.